Hey, what's up, guys? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I've started it. I'm not gonna start the live. Like, is this thing on? Because I also don't have any viewers that are gonna be watching right away. But I do think that this is gonna post onto my channel later, which is great because I need to get this off of my chest. Um, so yeah, last night I watched three different videos on this, and I did watch the entire hour and a half video of Rosanna Pansino like going through Tana Mojo's podcasts, just like word by word, and like getting through it. I really just want to say, like, first of all, Rosanna not believing Tana Mojo's story about her being like sexually assaulted or like sexually harassed while she was at work for Joey Graceffa at the Escape the Night movie, whatever you want to call it. He called it an episode, whatever it is, for Rosanna Pansino to not believe Tana Mojo. I think that this is a larger issue at hand. And this is the reason why we have a movement like Me Too, because they kept saying like, "Oh, there's no perfect victim," but then they would like label the different things about Tana Mojo that makes her not perfect, and then continue to say that she was lying about her, like her being a victim. So I'm gonna walk through my opinions and what I think about this because it honestly irritated me so much. Like as I was watching the video last night, I was like, "Is she okay?" Like especially like Rosanna Pansino, like of all people, like Rosanna Pansino, the pioneer, like for the crusade against Mr. Beast, the main person saying that she felt like things were unfair when she was on his game show, and she even posted a thing saying that she felt like he had ruined her mental health or something like that. And I just really feel like it's so hypocritical to go on an entire crusade. She's posted like probably 20 videos on Mr. Beast and how like he had done her wrong just because he edited like his video completely wrong. Like the order of like who won what, he edited it wrong. But like she made 20 videos on that, but Tana making her three different videos, maybe she did an extra one on Patreon, is not okay because it's a lie and it's exaggerated. Um, but yeah, this has been long enough intro. I honestly am pretty new at the live, obviously. Um, so I'm kind of it's like kind of weird to just like keep rambling about what I think, but I did write notes last night as I was watching the hour and a half podcast that Rosanna did with her boyfriend because it honestly pissed me off so much. And like internet drama has not like riled me up this much, I think literally ever. Like maybe the Cody Co situation, maybe. But even that, like this is the same situation that we keep seeing with Tana Mojo. Like she has been assaulted, she has been like manipulated by someone who's way too old to be into contact with her. But people continue to say that she either deserves what she got, she like knew what she was doing at 15 or 16, and like she's not a victim. Things like that like are really, what's the word I'm looking for? Damaging, like dangerous. We shouldn't have this um like idea of what the perfect victim is, because when people like Tana Mojo go through things, and I feel like yeah, when people like Tana Mojo go through things, it's not our job to like put on these different characteristics of how we would believe them. Like to be honest, I really think the perfect victim does not exist. And a lot of times, it's the people like Tana Mongeau that are being taken advantage of because people know, like men know, that because they're in like a point of um like she's slutty or whatever, like no one will believe her because she exaggerates. Like they're just like, oh, I can do whatever I want because no one's gonna believe her anyways. Like, or oh, I can do whatever I want because she sleeps with everyone. Like, it's very damaging to like ideal to keep perpetuating. But also, as I was watching the video last night, I don't know how many times Rosanna said, "I've never judged them. I've never judged Tana. I actually advocated her whenever all my other friends are talking crap about her. I've never judged her. I've never judged Trisha." But then she goes back on that and keeps saying she's made a lot of bad choices. She's made a lot of bad decisions. Tana and Trish both do things that I would never do, but I've never judged them. Like, just the tone of that seems judgmental. And that may just be me, but it seems like you're judging them. But I mean, maybe I'm dumb, maybe I'm stupid, but that entire podcast was honestly very judgy. And to call Tana and Brooke and then mean girls, and then to continue to call all of Tana's friends dum dums, first of all, and then her boyfriend, for second of all, her boyfriend should not have been in that video. Just 100% should not have been in that video. Um, because like for someone to speak on a situation that they had with a man that made them feel uncomfortable. And Tana goes on in like multiple of her podcasts to say that it wasn't just the one man that made the creepy comment. Like she said that everyone else was kind of giving like sleazy vibes. And the boyfriend chimed in when she said this and he was like, "No, I was around her every single time that she was interacting with someone on set and it was perfectly fine. There was nothing inappropriate said." And I really, first of all, we need to take a step back because as a man, as a man, as a man, when a woman is saying that she felt uncomfortable when a man said something to her, as a man, you should not be the one to pipe in and say, "No, that wasn't uncomfortable. No, that didn't make her feel anyway." Because it, like, does that not feel like a little sleazy to you? Like, a man should never dictate what is comfortable for a woman. Like, just 100%. 100%. Like, a woman can create her own boundaries, and whether or not you think that's appropriate or not does not matter as a man. As a man, it does not matter. And he just kept piping up, and he was like, "I was there like 2 years ago or whenever the last Escape the Night was, and nothing bad happened then either." And I like, also, while he was saying this, I was like, "Are you a part? Like, are you a stage manager? Like, how come you have the authority on like everything that's happened? Like, I thought you were Rosanna Pansino's boyfriend or whoever you are, best friend, friend, acquaintance. I don't know, but like." First of all, why are you following Tana around and making sure that her interactions with men are like perfect and appropriate? And, like, how are you in every place at once? Like, why are you not with Rosanna? I just don't understand, that didn't click with me. And I was like, even Tana said, someone came up to her, didn't ask, and just put a mic down her bra and was, like, calling her beautiful at the same time, and Tana was saying that she felt uncomfortable with that, and he was like, you don't like compliments?" No. I'm like, "Let's bring it in." No. If I were to go up to a man and put my hand down their pants and then start complimenting them, like that's still assault, still would make them feel uncomfortable, even if I'm complimenting them. First of all, first of all, first of all. But second of all, it is up to Tana Mojo to be like, "Yeah, I felt uncomfortable when he put his hand down my shirt without asking." There's so many things that I have to say, like, and also, mm, I really think, like, for Rosanna Pansino to say that she's not being judgmental, like, someone who's not being judgmental would be able to look at somebody else's perspective with empathy, not through their own judgmental lens. Like, for example, when Tana said, I have insomnia and I went to sleep at 4 a.m. and I woke up at 6:30 so that I could make it there by 9. Rosanna said, see, if she were a professional, she would know that she should go to sleep earlier because it's up to you to get enough sleep. You should have just went to sleep earlier and then you would have been well rested for the set. And I honestly, like, you completely skipped over the fact that she said that she has insomnia. First of all, insomnia does not work like that. You can go to sleep at 6 p.m. and still be awake at 4 a.m. just because you have insomnia. It doesn't like dictate, you can't decide like what time you're going to go to sleep or how long you're going to sleep for because you have insomnia. Like, it just doesn't even make any sense, and I feel like she was blatantly just, like, disregarding the, like, proof that Tana was providing for, like, different things that were she was just giving context on, just so that they could, like, 100% call her a liar, like, because she exaggerates so much, oh my god. But also, they weren't just commenting on her actions, on her words, because they were tearing her like appearance and actions apart, to be honest. And her boyfriend was also like coming after her for vaping. He was coming after her. I already said this, but he was saying that he watched all of her interactions and nothing was inappropriate. And every single time that he spoke, like specifically him, because honestly, he just gave me the entire time. But anytime that he had something to say about Tana or her friends, it was just condescending. Like, it is disgusting. But first, number one, she is an adult. So if she wants to vape and sell both of her lungs on eBay and continue vaping until she has no breath left, that is her right. Now, this leads me to my next topic, and honestly, I could probably make an entire video on this as well, because this is something I think about a lot. Like, I feel like people forget about the First Amendment right, like that the First Amendment in the Constitution, like, is for us to have the freedom to do what we want as Americans. But I feel like a lot of people, especially today, they think that if you're not doing what they want you to do, or if you don't have the same opinion as them, you don't deserve to speak, or you don't deserve to have a platform. For example, I know that I keep coming in defense of Brooke and Tana. I'm not like the biggest fan of Brooke, I'm not gonna lie. There's something about her that just rubs me the wrong way. And one time they were talking about Kanye and his like recent really racist tweets. And like I'm saying, like they were really racist. They were disgusting. Like you should not target a minority group and like say a bunch of gross things about them. But that being said, in this podcast episode, she said that she said that it was gross, but she said that he needed to have his Twitter taken away. But that is unconstitutional. Like whatever we want to like kind of frame it and argue with, it's unconstitutional point blank period. Because he has the freedom of press. He has the freedom to say what he wants. Whether he's saying despicable things about a group of people or he's quoting Bible verses in America, he can say what he wants, just like Tana vaping as much as she wants. But number two, about the boyfriend. Number 2, a man mansplaining that an interaction that a woman had with a man was not inappropriate based off of his standards is tone deaf, to say the least, to be honest. This is why we have movements like hashtag me too, because women are afraid to voice when they feel uncomfortable with a man in any scenario because they think other men will chime in and say, no, that's perfectly fine. And because the patriarchy has been reigning for so long, it's true that if a man chimes in, it's almost guaranteed that the public will side with whatever the man says. Men protect men. And even if he's not protecting inappropriate behavior, something that's inappropriate to a woman may seem normal to a man. Why? Because they are a man. No more explanation needed. 100% a man should never have been in this response video, especially if he was going to have the take of, I saw it all. It was all fine. And to be honest, why is it Rosanna Pansino's and her boyfriend's place to come through and fact check the story and make sure every single detail is correct? Like, first of all, she was telling a story on her podcast for entertainment purposes. For entertainment purposes. But also, it's a story to a podcast full of people that she doesn't personally know. So as she's telling the story, she's giving the details of what happened. Oh, I had to wake up at 9 a.m. I had to be there full glam. Oh, it was in a basement. It was cold. I was in like a full gown shivering. Like, I don't understand why Rosanna felt the need to go through literally like I don't even think she let the video play longer for than longer than 5 seconds at a time because she was just so obsessed with fact checking everything that she said. And then at the end of it, to confirm that Tana came up to her and said that she felt like the guy said something weird to her when she was in the freezer. Okay, that's confirmation that whatever you guys said was a lie is not a lie. Number one. She also said that when the man came over and hurt her pinky, they both confirmed that Tana said that it was a 10 out of 10 pain. They also followed that with, but she exaggerates a lot, so I think that pain was a lie. Okay. But she confirmed that she said 10 out of 10 day of. She said 10 out of 10 day of. So for you guys to fall back and say, no, this is just a lie. She's such a liar. Like everything she says is a lie. It makes no sense. Like, I don't get it. But also, when someone has a bad experience at the end of the day or whenever like she had the experience in the middle of the day whatever, it can taint the rest of the day experience like before and after. So you feel traumatized by someone and now anything that happened before with that man you think, was that weird too? Anything that happens after, like when he hit her pinky and made it a 10 out of 10 pain, you feel like, did he do that on purpose? Like, is he being weird to me extra now because I told my boss, his boss, that he hurt me? Like, and that's the other thing too. They were talking about how like nobody cares about what Joey thinks. Okay. Joey Graceffa in the Escape the Night is the employer. So if someone comes up to Joey and says, hey, I felt uncomfortable when this person did X, Y, and Z, it's up to Joey to make that right. It's not up to Tana to make Joey feel comfortable. Why? Because Tana, in this case, is an employee. She's an employee to Joey, who is the employer. So I don't understand why Rosanna believes that Joey needs to, like, Tana needs to preserve his feelings. First of all, she was preserving his feelings. I don't know how many times she said, and this is nothing against Joey. I love him. I adore him. I like did this as a favor to him, but I felt uncomfortable because of this one single man. I don't know why she thinks that Tana needs to preserve his feelings. But that being said, like, I really think people are way too hard on her. Going back to the Cody Ko situation, like, she literally had receipts, text messages with Cody Ko when she was 15 of them flirting, going back and forth. He was 27, I believe, at this point. So, as a 27-year-old, you're gonna try and tell me that it's okay to text and flirt with a 15-year-old. And maybe they didn't like have sex until she was 16, but also that's disgusting, you guys. That's disgusting, you guys. And like I honestly just don't get why I don't get why people don't believe Tana because she's really never been known to lie. Like she's not really a liar. And you could say like obviously I'm a big fan of Trisha. She has blatantly said I love to lie. Lying is fun. I don't know that Tana has ever said that. So for Rosanna and her boyfriend to like continue to beat the dead horse that Tana is a liar and everything she says is an exaggeration, which means that it's a lie. Like that's not true. First of all, you can exaggerate without it being a lie. Like I really don't think that Tana exaggerates without something like having to happen. Like she didn't just come up with the Cody Ko narrative. She had text messages to prove it. She didn't just come up with the sexual harassment that she experienced on the Escape the Night set because you even proved that she came up to you the day of and said that she felt uncomfortable because he said something weird to her in the freezer by herself. So uh, honestly, it just makes me this whole situation just makes me very heated, and it gave me, like, the biggest ick for Rosanna Pansino. Like, I honestly am not, like, a Rosanna fan. I have never been. I've watched, like, 2 podcasts with her. I've watched, like, the Just Trish one, and then I watched her own podcast when she was interviewing Tila Dunn. That's about it. But now I probably will never watch another video because I feel disgusting giving her my money because like for Trisha to say that she was closer with Rosanna than she is to Tana Mojo and then still take Tana's side and cry about how she doesn't even know how she was friends with Rosanna if Rosanna has such bad feelings towards her and would believe that Trisha was making fun of her dead dad. Like, you're a despicable person, and it makes sense why you're friends with Colleen and Joey Graceffa. Like, they have always said, "How are Rosanna and Joey friends with Colleen? Like, Colleen's so nasty." And honestly, I think like the reason why Rosanna is so passionate about this because she had no right to be so passionate and make an hour and a half long video about this. I think it's because her and Joey Graceffa are behind the scenes, like talking about it. Like he said that he forgave or that he sent flowers to Tana as an apology. But I honestly don't think he meant that. I think that was just a formality. And I think he's behind the scenes talking to Rosanna, hyping her up, being like, yeah, Tana's such a liar. That guy didn't say anything to her. And they're just going word by word, like she did in that video saying everything is an exaggeration, everything's a lie. She's just trying to ruin my reputation. She's ruining the Escape the Night name. Like, I think Joey Graceffa is behind the scenes working. And honestly, this whole situation has illuminated how Rosanna Pansino and Joey Graceffa could be friends with Colleen Ballinger because we all know Colleen is like disgusting, sending Trisha's nudes to her friends and making fun of her like naked body. Um, I feel like this is not that far off for Rosanna to come out on her podcast with, I think she has thousands of viewers at this point, and say that Trisha was making fun of her dead dad who died of leukemia when she herself said that she smoked her dad as the title of her video. So I don't really understand where the disconnect is coming, but also for her to say that Trisha is above people, she feels like she's above it because she doesn't want to go to downtown LA. Why don't you ask her why she doesn't want to go to downtown LA? And for Trisha to reveal that she had three sexual assaults from 18 to 21, but all three in downtown LA, obviously, that makes sense why she doesn't want to go down there. But for you to just assume, oh, she's so holier than thou, she's so above everyone else because she doesn't want to go to downtown LA with the lowly people. Like, to be honest, the only person who sounded holier than thou in this video was you, babe. It was only you. It was only you. I'm sorry. Because, like, first of all, like, even when she was talking about Trisha and Tana's, like, I mean, she never said it explicitly, but she definitely alluded. She was like, both of them have done things that I would never do. It sounds like the only person up here who's looking down is you. It sounds like that because it sounds like you've never been in a position where you felt the need to sell your body. It sounds like you're in a position where you're so comfortable, you don't even have to think twice about being in an unsafe place because you have a car, someone to drive you where you need. Like, first of all, you guys have never even been to downtown LA for you to say that there's no traffic in downtown LA on the weekends. You're insane. You're insane. Like, as a California native, yeah, as a California native, I know there's traffic even at night, 11 p.m. on a Saturday. 11 p.m. on a Saturday downtown LA, there will be traffic. I promise you. I will bet my bottom dollar there's traffic at 11 p.m. on a Saturday. So your little theory, I think his name is Mike, Rosanna's boyfriend, is obviously skewed. You've never been in downtown LA. You know nothing. And for Rosanna to continue to call herself a girl's girl, how are you a girl's girl, but you're not believing all women? How are you a girl's girl, but when someone tells you that they felt sexually harassed, you're saying, I don't think it really happened because she exaggerates a lot. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't sound like you're a girl's girl. It's giving what's that? It's giving mean girl. Oh, it's giving mean girl? What? It's giving holier than thou? That's crazy because it seems like you're projecting. That's what it seems like. It's insane. So, to be honest, this entire situation has put the worst taste in my mouth for Rosanna Pansino. I mean, like I said, Rosanna Pansino has posted at least 20 videos on Mr. Beast and all the crooked things that he's doing. I can't believe her, it seems. Because for her to say, oh, Tana exaggerates so much, I can't believe her. What about you? I thought you were a victim too. I think that's where I'm gonna leave it because honestly, I could continue like with this and it's just gonna get into a cycle and I'm gonna get more and more heated. Oh, wait. Before I leave, I have to address this one thing because this pissed me off the most, I think. Tana was talking about her 10 out of 10 pain on her pinky because the guy came over and grabbed Rosanna and like clipped Hannah's finger or whatever. She ended up getting in pain. Whatever. I don't know how to explain this any better. Tana's in pain, 10 out of 10. For Rosanna to say it was not broken, it looked like a sprain to me. Um, wait. I'm sorry. I thought you were an actor slash YouTuber. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't know you had to take anatomy for that. Oh, my bad. I didn't know you learned how to diagnose for YouTube. How come you can look at somebody's pinky and be like, no, I think it's a sprain. I think it's a sprain. We need to see the doctor's note. I think it's a sprain. How do you know? As someone who majored in biology in college. I don't even know if Rosanna went to college. I watched her podcast with Just Trish. I told you that. I think she did go to college, but I definitely don't think it was a STEM major. As someone who's a biology degree in college, I don't even know the difference between a sprain and a break just off bat, just looking at somebody's pinky. What do you mean? I think it's a sprain. You have no authority. What she said is it's a 10 out of 10 pain. You confirm that's what she said day of. So that's where we need to leave it. That's where we need to leave it. It doesn't matter if she broke it. It doesn't matter if it's sprained. It doesn't matter if it's bruised. She got hurt. It's on Joey Graceffa because she's an employee of his. And that's it. That's it. And that's where I'm going to leave it because I'm pissed off. Goodbye.